Hi you guys, welcome back to another reading on my channel. I hope you're having a beautiful week wherever you are, and I'm sending you lots of positive energy as always. I am so excited for this reading today, you guys. It's such a fun topic. The topic is, what do people love about you? And obviously we have our holiday theme here. I am one of those people that loves this time of year and I love the holidays, so I have already started decorating. I've got my cookie scented candle burning as we go through this reading, and I even got a new scarf that I'm excited to wear for the holiday season. I think it's one of those pieces that's like timeless fashion. It's really cute. I'll try and make a post on the page to show you guys what the scarf looks like because I'm excited to share. But yeah, I did want to say that even though this reading is Christmas themed, you can come to this reading at any time. These messages are still timeless. So if you're scrolling and you find this like mid-July, you can still click on it and receive all these wonderful messages today. I would totally do that since I love Christmas. I will gladly click on anything Christmas related at any point in the year. So yeah, these messages are timeless, but please do keep in mind this is still a general reading. So take whatever is resonating for you and leave the rest for someone else. Before we start, I did want to say thank you again to all the new subscribers. I can't tell you how happy I am when I come to my page and I see the numbers growing and I see my community growing. It's very special and it makes me super happy, so thank you guys. And thank you for commenting and sharing how these readings connect to you personally. I really find it super interesting and just really cool to see how it connects to you guys. So let's get started with the group selection. We have our three groups today. Group 1 is the candy cane, Group 2 is the reindeer, and Group 3 is the hot cocoa. So take your time in selecting your group, but as soon as you know which group is standing out to you, the timestamps are all down in the description box. You can scroll down and click on your timestamp to jump right ahead to your reading, and we will see you guys there. Hi Group 1, you chose the candy cane. So I'm already getting quite a few messages off of this candy cane before we even get into your cards. But when I see this candy cane, I get the vibe that you guys are, first of all, this is two colors woven together, right? So I feel like something that people love about you and appreciate about you is that you might see both sides to things. You might try to see all the different sides of a situation or a story before you make any judgment calls, and I think that people appreciate that you have all these like alternate points of view, things you bring to the table that they feel like maybe they wouldn't have thought of, but you do. I feel like with the candy cane here, it also makes me think of the flavor of a candy cane. Like, it's peppermint, so it's kind of refreshing, maybe sharp. It makes me think that maybe you guys, the way you speak, something about it is refreshing and kind of sharp. Maybe you guys are really no BS, like you tell the truth, you speak what's on your mind, maybe you speak pretty freely, and people appreciate this about you. Yeah, I just feel like you guys kind of get to the point. There's also something funny about you guys. I don't know what it is. I just feel like when I'm looking at this candy cane, I think people think you're really funny and they love this about you. So maybe you tell the truth and you can be kind of blunt sometimes, but you like pepper in some humor and you make it kind of funny or entertaining. I feel like that's really the vibe I get from you guys with this. You guys are funny, entertaining. People appreciate that you just are like a straight shooter. You'll just tell it like it is. So, yeah. And then, I don't know, I guess just with the candy cane, there's something unique about you guys. Like, people love your way of communicating, they love how unique you are, they love your perspective on things. Yeah, a lot coming through with just the candy cane, but let's go ahead and get into your cards as well. I am again using the Woodland Warden's deck. I just can't stay away from it. I love it. And look at how pretty the color is for a Christmas read. It's just perfect. So let's see what people love about you. What do people love about Group 1? What do people love about Group 1? Ooh, I don't know. That was kind of odd how those came out. Let's just see what they are. Confidence. Okay, well, this does sound like you guys. Confidence, home, satisfaction. Yeah, there's something... Okay, these messages are amazing. So, we did already say that you kind of have this different way of going about things. Even if you feel like in the past you may have struggled with people pleasing, I don't feel like that's who you are at your core, and you've really learned to manage this a lot better. If that is not you, that's fine, because I feel like the people in this group are confident, they speak their mind, they see things differently. I do feel like some people in this group, though, have come through people pleasing. Like, they dealt with it in early life because they kind of thought they had to, but as soon as they realized they didn't have to, they began actively working on not doing that anymore, because you guys are unique, and I think the more you embrace that as the years go by, like, the more powerful you become. And you really inspire a lot of confidence in others. People love seeing you be your authentic self. I want you to know, Group 1, with the satisfaction card here, like, you guys really empower other people to live freely when you live freely. So anytime there's hesitation about, like, should I say this? Should I do this? How will this come across? Or, like, whatever. Like, don't put yourself in a box, because you're not the kind of person that should be in any sort of box. I mean, none of us are, but, like, Group 1, you're very alternative, and it's really cool. So you actually inspire a lot of people by being yourself. Look at all these, like, unique markings on this turtle here. I feel that people are really satisfied when they see you speak your mind, what you really mean, and how you truly feel, and they see you express yourself authentically, and it's like, I just feel like my breath, even as I'm saying this, it's like people can breathe a sigh of relief when they watch you be yourself. Like, even if they're watching you on the sidelines and they would be afraid to do or say some of the things that you're doing and saying, it gives them a confidence in themselves that maybe they can take a step forward and be more authentic. Maybe because you're doing it, they can do it too. So you're very inspiring to people that way, and they love this about you. Yeah. So with this home card, I want to get a little more clarification. More about how people love Group 1. Oh. Okay. Wow. This is even more confirmation. I haven't even seen this card in this deck yet. The Elk and Ash, Strength. That's really nice. I'm going to figure out how to arrange these here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you got the Strength card. Ooh, the Hare and Oak, New Opportunities. So with the Hare card here, this rabbit, I'm going to come back to the home card. But I'm getting the message with this card here with the rabbit that you might jump from thing to thing, or you might be good at a lot of different things. I'm hearing the phrase jack of all trades. This may be something that certain people in your life have been hard on you for. For example, if you have, like, family members that are like, just stick to one thing, or like teachers or people in your life that encourage you to do one thing and stay with that, but it's so kind of against your nature. There are actually people, like a whole bunch of other people, that love this about you. They love how versatile you are. They love how you're not afraid of change, and you're not afraid of trying out and expressing all these different sides of yourself. I feel like people really love watching you take on new situations and new opportunities. Again, Group 1, you're just like a really big inspiration to people. You show people what's possible. You help people believe in what they can do. And they think you're just really funny. I really think that You're the kind of person that if this is what you want, group one, and you're comfortable with it, you should be out where people can see you sharing your voice, because a lot of people are inspired by the things you say and do. And let me try and feel out this home card here. I just got a really interesting message as I felt this out. You help people to embrace the parts of themselves that are hidden or in the shadows. Like, I was feeling into the home card, and it's like helping people come back to themselves, come back to their true nature, to take that thing deep inside of them that feels like home that they may have abandoned some time ago, and to see you do it and feel like they can come back to themselves too. Like, they don't have to abandon their uniqueness and who they are. So there's something oddly like comforting when people watch you, even though it's this very dynamic energy. People love that they feel comforted by your vulnerability. So maybe, for example, you could be the kind of person that makes videos where you share personal stuff, or you make like funny videos where you're really putting your opinions out there, you're laying it all out for people in a very vulnerable way, and people admire this because that's really hard to do. Like, that can be really hard to do, especially when people want to get on you for every little opinion you have. For you to be yourself, I think people, even if they can't interact, right? Even if they can't tell you how much they appreciate this, there's a part of them that is deeply at home and comforted by seeing you be so authentic. Yeah. And then people also just love your strength. They love that. I'm hearing an interesting message of like, people love that you don't have to be portraying yourself in the typically strong way to be strong. Like, you don't have to look like you're dominating your field or that you're killing the competition or anything like that. Like, you can be strong by being vulnerable. And people think this is amazing. They also just love your spark of joy. I just heard in my head childlike wonder. So there's something where you're very in touch with your inner child, and people really adore this about you. You remind people to have fun. You remind people to laugh. It is a lot like a child as well, the way that you speak or perhaps share your thoughts, because, you know, children, before they learn what society accepts and doesn't accept, they just say whatever they're thinking. You know, like, you can go up to a kid and they'll look at you and be like, why is your hair like that? Or, you know, they just ask these very genuine, honest questions, or they'll say very honest things. Have you ever been around, like, a parent and a child where the child, you know, the parent is saying, like, oh, we were busy that day, and the kid is like, no, we weren't, we stayed home, and they're just very honest, and the parent is like, shush. But, yeah, people like that you don't overly conform. It's really amazing. There's also something about your work, whatever work you do, your creations, whatever you're putting into the world, there's something about it that's just so beautiful, and it is satisfying for people. And I feel like this is a side message, but Spirit just wants to tell you that if you had any idea the quality people see in your work, in who you are as a person, you wouldn't be nervous at all to put it out there. You wouldn't be judging yourself in any way. You wouldn't be hard on yourself or questioning anything, or even, like, if you're not afraid to put your work out there, but you're like, oh, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if I release this, or it doesn't matter if I say this to that person. Spirit's like, no. If you knew the kind of wonderful impact that you have on people when you take the time to share that compliment, like say that thing to them that someone else wouldn't say, or when you take the time to make someone laugh when they were just gonna go through their day without any laughter. Like, what you do and who you are is so special and necessary. Wow, I'm getting emotional now. But what you do is so special. It's so special. So, people love so many things about you. You really challenge people to grow. I heard the word catalyst. So you're kind of like a catalyst too. You may find that you're one of those people that comes into people's lives, shakes things up, and then you're on to the next thing. Kind of like the rabbit here. And that might be a weird position for you to be in sometimes. Like, it might be strange to see how you challenge people to grow, and that might be some of the reason that you come into people's lives. But you are a catalyst. You're a catalyst for change. You're a catalyst to have people grow and see different sides of things. And you're a pretty powerful catalyst too. So let's get you one of these angel cards as a message and also another reflection. That's the one that wants to come out. Oh my god. Okay, your card is Own Your Divine Power. Replace codependent people-pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. This is more advice from Spirit to just be yourself. Go for it. Empower yourself. Appreciate yourself every day. Look in the mirror and recognize the power that you have, and that it's nothing to be afraid of. It's actually something to be like highly, highly celebrated. And you don't have to become something. You have it in you already. You know, it reminds me of the Wizard of Oz. Like, you already have the shoes on your feet. Oh, that's funny. I'm like remembering. This is like my favorite color for nails, and it looks like the ruby slippers. But yeah, you already have the ruby slippers. You already have the magic. So Spirit's just telling you, don't hesitate. Be yourself. People love this about you. And I think you are coming into a time where you're going to be owning your power so much more. It's going to increase exponentially every day. Like, every day is going to be a huge leap upward in expressing more and more of who you are. It's going to be amazing. I do hear that some of you, I'm hearing you're going to have a physical transformation. Oops, that's kind of glaring. You're going to have a physical transformation as a way of celebrating being yourself. Some of you are getting a new job. Some of you are just going to be participating a lot more in community events, whatever that means to you. Online, offline, you're going to be participating more and sharing a lot more, and people are excited to experience this and see what you're going to do next. Alright, so group 1, that's what I got for you for what people love about you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought and how this connects to you. If you don't really know what to say in the comment, just leave me an emoji, some sort of Christmas emoji. I would love that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your week. Thanks so much for being here, and we will see you guys again soon in another reading. Hi, Group 2. You chose the reindeer. And this is Rudolph with the red nose, so I'm gonna start singing if I keep going. But I'm getting messages already off of your reindeer here. So because this is a reindeer, first of all, I'm getting the message that something people love about you is you're strong, you're hardworking, especially with the story of Rudolph. Rudolph persevered and participated in something that he was originally left out of. So it makes me feel like you guys are very persistent, hardworking, strong, and also it gives me leadership energy and kind of underdog energy. So I think something people love about you is that you really feel like a leader. You're someone that people really look up to. And I also get that, you know, Rudolph really was the underdog. I think that something people love about you guys, group 2, is that maybe you just really don't judge people who are different, or you stand up for people that are a little different, or you really try to understand people that don't really fit the status quo or something like that. Take it however it resonates. Maybe you participate in communities and you are kind of like an activist, or somehow maybe you stand up for people that are less understood. And even if you're not doing this as a part of some official group, I just feel like people really see you this way. They see you as someone that they can speak to, someone they can trust, someone that if someone is a little different, they're not going to feel judged by you, which is a really, really beautiful thing, group 2. So that's the message I got off that right away. And now let's get into your cards and see what else people love about you. I'm using the Woodland Warden's Oracle deck again, because I just can't stay away from it. And it's just so beautiful for our holiday read here. These colors are so nice. So let's see what people love about you. Ooh, boundaries, the porcupine. Porcupine? I don't know. Did I say that strange? I don't know. How do you say that word? Porcupine. Porcupine? Okay. We have the salamander, inspiration. Ooh, I knew it. You're such an inspiration to people. Ooh, and guardianship. I love how these cards are coinciding with what I was feeling. We have the hawk, graceful persistence. And let's try and get you one more. Yeah, you guys really are an inspiration to people. You really do feel like some sort of community leader. Wow, look at this. You got the rooster and sunflower. Communication. So you guys really stand out. There's so much to say here, group 2. People love how you stand out, how you lead, and how you communicate. I'm hearing written communication, as well as verbal communication, as well as body language. You guys are just, I don't know if you guys really feel you identify with this, but just so you know, Spirit is pointing out that you have really great communication. Even if you are someone who is a bit more introverted, Spirit is pointing out even your body language, your demeanor, the way you approach people, the way you listen, because listening is a huge part of communication. People think communication is just about talking. It's not. A huge part of communication is, can you actively listen and process what someone is saying to you without waiting to respond all the time? Can you listen and let someone tell you what they really want to say without trying to engineer the answer to fit what you'd like to hear? You know what I'm saying? So Spirit is saying you may be a very good listener. You may be a very good communicator. The way you write to people, the way your body language is to make people feel comfortable and seen and heard. Wow. And this really does go with what we were saying about how people that are maybe they feel less understood for whatever reason can still feel heard and understood by you. So this is something people really truly admire about you. Like, so many people look up to you, group 2. That's the feeling I get. It's very inspiring with the salamander here. People are very inspired by your confidence, your way of going about things. I feel like I'm hearing the word integrity and I'm hearing inner strength. So people really feel like you have your own personal code that you live by, and they admire this. And if some people are kind of drifting through life or free floating and they're not quite sure who they are and what they want and what's important and what their values are, you are a great example to people. Like, I feel like people meet you and they see how you live your life, and it inspires them to reach higher, to achieve more, and to be better, and to ask themselves those questions like, who am I, and what's my purpose, and what matters to me? So yeah, and then with the guardianship card here and boundaries, wow, this really connects to what we were saying in the beginning. You're good with setting boundaries that help others. Maybe you do this in work where you actively help others a lot, or you actively advocate for others in some way. maybe that's not the case, but I feel like your boundary work really helps others. You may be someone who is good at setting up systems or rules to help people communicate better or understand each other better. This could even be like in your own family, right? Like you may be the person that's like the mediator sometimes, or the peacemaker. You may be the person that sits people down and almost like a judge. I'm seeing almost like a judge energy, not judgmental, but just someone who's in the middle, like, okay, share your side, now you share your side. Okay, we don't say those unloving things to each other. Okay, I think that warrants an apology. Like, there's something about you that's very, like, you're good at setting up the systems to help people thrive together as more of a community. I feel like there's something in you where if you see something as unfair, I'm getting that judge energy again of like, you want things to be fair. So guardianship is really beautiful because people feel safe around you. They feel protected around you. They feel like if they're in your presence, you know, you're gonna do what's right for the most part, right? Like, we're all human. I'm not saying that you're like perfect. You know what I mean? None of us are perfect, but I feel like people feel better when you're around. Have you ever been in a situation where you need to have a conversation with someone and you wish that person 3 was there because you feel like if it's just you and someone that you're talking to, like, you might be uncomfortable to say something to them, or they may take advantage of your boundaries or not respect what you're saying. But if this person was there, like this person with integrity was there, it might hold the other person accountable just because that person is present. I hope this is making sense, but people feel like your presence actually makes things easier with people that they would struggle to interact around. This could even be in the workplace. Like if someone needs to go have a difficult conversation and they feel like the other person's not going to respect them, you honestly just being nearby within earshot would make the person more comfortable because they feel like the person's not just gonna act like a jerk when you're there, if that makes sense. So yeah, people also love about you that you are persistent. Oh my gosh, wait, we said this in the beginning. Like Rudolph was persistent, you know? And you're persistent. So people love that you are persistent and in a graceful way. You work hard, you see things through until they feel right, until they are in the right place. And yeah, people just really love and admire your work ethic, and they love seeing that you commit to things. Yeah, people really love your work ethic. They love that you are persistent and in a graceful way. You're not in a rush to prove things. I think people really admire that they can see you've put a lot of long-term work into becoming the person that you are. It's very clear to people the work that you've done. I just heard therapy in my head, so maybe you've gone to therapy. I'm also hearing journaling, self-work. I just heard guided meditation in my head. So maybe you've used one or all of these practices to improve yourself as a person, but people feel like you didn't rush to become the person that you are. You put the work in along the way. I think people also admire that you've been through some very difficult things and you're still standing, because that's the feeling I just got, is that life hasn't been all like roses for you. It hasn't just been like having fun all the time. I feel like you've had some serious difficulties in your life. I just heard broken home. So some of you may have had separation in the home, and if the word is just broken for you, maybe it was a broken heart. Broken home, broken heart, broken dreams. You've dealt with some real stuff. Like some real stuff. And I think that people really love that you know how to alchemize energy and turn it into something to make you a better person and to help others. It's really amazing. And yeah, people also admire that you have a determined, serious, hardworking side, but also a gentleness to you, right? Like on each of these cards, we have an animal and a plant. The porcupine is spiky, but the flowers are very delicate. And then we have the rooster, who's very strong, and then we have these sunflowers. So people feel like you're pretty balanced. I think they admire that you are balanced in your masculine and feminine energy. So it's something that people can really look up to. And yeah, they feel safe with you. They feel like you bring a lot of warmth. Again, maybe some of you are really extroverted, but some of you may be a bit more introverted or an ambivert. I get some of that energy with you guys too, that you may be kind of in the middle. But people feel like you bring a certain warmth into the room when you walk in. And you do really inspire people to be better. You make people feel happier, and you make people feel loved, and you make them feel safe. You make them feel safer. So I want to get you guys one of these angel cards now as a message for you. Oh, okay, it came out immediately. Okay, you got malachite and prosperity. There's a positive shift in your flow of divine support. Okay, so group 2, if you feel like you've been doing a lot on your own, this is Spirit's message to you that you will have help coming in. And even if you are more of this leader energy, someone who is independent and can handle their own stuff, it doesn't mean you have to do everything by yourself. And Spirit's really encouraging you to accept help from all these people that really love and appreciate you, because they would love the chance to help you. I know sometimes there are people around that they always need your help, and when you call them, they can't help you. They don't have the capacity, they don't have the energy, they don't want to, and that sucks. But I do feel like Spirit is sending you some people that are genuinely good, and Spirit is sending you help, so please take it. And then with prosperity, this is just affirming that your good spirit and your integrity and your hardworking nature are going to bring you abundance and prosperity in more ways than just financial. I feel like you'll have a lot of people that look up to you. You'll have a lot of opportunities come in because of the kind of person that you are. So there is a really positive shift happening here, especially if you have been going through something difficult, or you've been through a series of difficult things and you're ready for things to lighten up a bit. You know, life has its ups and downs. It's always going up and then down. But I feel like there's a positive shift coming in for you, something that will bring more joy and abundance and stability. So that is your message, and that was your reading, group 2. Let me know in the comments how this connected to you personally. If you enjoyed this reading, please like the video. That really helps support me always. That always helps boost me as a reader and as a creator, and I really appreciate that from you guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you feel like subscribing, if you feel called to, I would love to have you here. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week, and we'll see you again soon in another one. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the hot cocoa. This is such a cute little wood ornament. I got it from my favorite store back in my hometown, and it's just so cute. So I'm already getting messages off of your symbol that you chose here. So with this being a warm, cozy holiday drink, I really feel like something people love about you is that you do feel cozy to be around. It's like you bring some source of coziness and comfort. You might be a really good host. You might be really attentive if people come to your house, or even if you're at other people's houses. I feel like you've got kind of that gentle, cozy hosting energy. There's something nurturing about your energy. And also with the sprinkles on top here, I feel like you notice the little things, or you are attentive to the little things, and people really appreciate this about you. I also, when I look at the cup, I think of the suit of cups in tarot and how that's connected to emotions. So people may really appreciate how you are emotionally expressive or emotionally there for people, or something about you may be understanding of people that are having, I just heard big emotions. That's normally a phrase that we use when we're like helping kids along with their emotions. So maybe you also have some connection to kids or children, or you're good with kids, or even like animals, because I get that nurturing energy again. But yeah, you may be like emotionally expressive or open or there for people, and you help people through the big emotions. So maybe you guys are good at supporting others when they're going through different life transitions. But yeah, people love all those things about you, and I want to get into the cards and see what else people love about you. Let me tuck this little string under the cup here so we can enjoy the cup. So the deck we are using is the Woodland Wardens deck. I let you guys know in my last reading that I got this deck and it's new, and I just can't stay away from it. It is so cute, especially for a holiday read. I feel like the colors are so nice and it brings that classy element. So let's go ahead, and maybe you guys are good at decor. Something about design, decor, cleaning, clearing clutter. Let me see what else. Yeah, because as I'm saying classy, it's like you just appreciate nice things, or you appreciate the little things, or maybe you're kind of artsy or creative. So this is something people love about you as well. Take it as it resonates, please. But let's see. Whoa. All right, let's see what we got. We got the Snail and Huckleberry, Trust in the Invisible. Beautiful. Ooh. We got the Raccoon and Sycamore, Curiosity. Ooh, I love this one. And we got the Dragonfly and Pansy, Balance. I definitely was getting the vibe here. Man, everything I was feeling from your cup here was so on it, because these cards are confirming it. So we're starting with the Snail. This is affirming for me that something people love about you is that you may create space for people. I feel like there's something about you where you may not rush processes with people. I really feel like for one reason or another, maybe you've experienced things, or you're just empathic, sensitive to people's emotions, but you don't rush people through big, important things and big, important feelings. So, for example, if someone is grieving, you may be a really good person for people to lean on or to talk to, because I feel like you just allow space for what they need. Like, you just don't rush people. And also with this card saying trust in the invisible, let me pull this up where you guys can see it. With trust in the invisible, you guys in this group may also be very in tune with your intuition. You may be very tuned in. You guys may just have senses about things, or you may have gut feelings. You may just trust in the things that you can't see, that when you're feeling something, it is what it is, and you're going to follow your intuition on things. Spirit is saying this is really a superpower of yours. And I think other people know this about you too. They may ask you questions to get your opinion on something, and without even knowing it, they feel like they can really trust your opinion, because it almost seems like you're getting it from like an intuitive place, or you're kind of divining the information. You're bringing it from a deeper place than just what, an average person on the street might say. They might give you a very, like, some other person may give an answer that's just very like, well, these are the facts. But you really sit with a question when someone asks, and you try to think about it in a more deep way. And people really like this about you. With Curiosity here, people love that you seem interested in them and not just yourself. I definitely want to advocate for anyone that loves themselves and is giving themselves lots of attention and likes to appreciate themselves and talk themselves up. But people do also feel like there's a balance here. Like, you may have respect for yourself and like talking about your stuff. You may also love asking questions and getting to know people in a deep way. And the raccoon always has this coloring on their face that looks like a mask, right? You may help people unmask or like remove the social mask. You may allow them to really bring up a more deep part of who they are. It's like you want to get to know people on a deeper level. You may be the kind of person who can manage like light social conversation, but there's like this motivation deep down to get to know people on a deeper level, you know? You might start with like, hey, how's the weather? But then end at like, okay, so that's why you don't talk to your family anymore. Like, you know, like, I feel like that's a beautiful thing about you. And we see this too with like the cup of hot cocoa, right? Like, we can see all these sprinkles and stuff on the top, but there's a lot more going on in the cup. Like, there's a whole drink inside of the cup with a different flavor that we have to drink to the bottom to really take all of that in. So I feel like you like to get to know people thoroughly, and you make them feel special with the curiosity you have about them and just the curiosity that you have about life. I feel like you kind of challenge people to ask themselves deeper questions about themselves and help them to see themselves in a new way. It's giving, I just heard therapist. That's really sweet. Yeah, you might just challenge people to grow and ask themselves questions, right? Like, you may be a very good teacher. Maybe some of you teach something to people, or you guide people in some way. You could directly be a teacher or a coach or something, or you could just do this when you're around people. You don't have to actually be a literal teacher. But with the balance card here as well, I'm really seeing with the dragonfly's wings, I heard spread your wings and fly. So you may just give people the nurturing and the support to help them spread their wings and fly. I actually get a really interesting feeling. You may give people in adulthood what they didn't get as children and help them have faith again and get in touch with who they are. Like, you may help them have faith again in themselves. Like, if a person as an adult meets you and they didn't have a lot of support, the way you come across may help them to feel supported as an adult. Like, it may give them something they were missing. It's really, really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Yeah, and then there's just, again, this note about your intuition and balance. I heard work-life balance, so you may kind of show people a good example of work-life balance or healthy practices that you engage in to keep yourself balanced. For some of you, you may do yoga or dance or something that involves literally balancing, or just any sort of practice that helps you care for yourself. I heard hiking. For some people, again, there's more than one person in this reading, so take what's resonating for you. But yeah, I'm hearing gym, hiking, exercise, dancing, yoga, any practice that kind of brings you. I heard showering, getting in the water, swimming, any practice that brings you back into balance. I think people love to see you do this, and they love the example that you set, so that they feel like they can figure out how to balance things as well. All right, we got dreams. How pretty. Maybe you encourage people toward their dreams. And dreams can be very intuitive. So maybe you, again, help people to feel confident in their intuition, or people just love how intuitive you are. People love to see you pursue your dreams in whatever form that takes. Overcoming obstacles. This is so perfect. So this is the goat and willow. People love to see you do well because it makes them feel like they can do it too. People love that you take the time to teach others things that you have learned that have made your life better. I also am hearing, this is a message that's coming back around. So earlier, when I bumped the camera, I heard the word perfectionism, because the camera's moving and it's like you want to stop and get everything perfect, but it's just not going to be perfect. And I feel like you teach people to maybe not be so perfectionistic. Is that a word? Who cares? We don't need to be perfect. So yeah, I'm hearing that word perfectionism again. I think that you help people see what real life is in some way. Perhaps you're one of those people that would like make one of those videos that shows like, okay, this is what I look like with the filter and this is what I look like without it. And this is the behind the scenes of, you know, my very perfect setup in my room, but then here's everything behind the camera. You know, it's kind of making me think of those things. Maybe you've shared a couple posts or stories with people, or like personal stories with friends that just are very human and very relatable, and people feel really comforted by this, and like they don't have to be perfect. So they really love this about you, is that you just keep it real. I'm seeing some sort of tennis shoes or workout shoes in my head, or some significant shoes. Dance shoes, workout shoes, tennis shoes, bowling shoes. I don't know, some different kind of footwear that connects to someone in this group. What is that about? What is that about? Well, I just heard walk your own path. So Spirit is encouraging you to stay consistent and stay true to yourself. And also maybe they're just acknowledging, oh my God, this card just flipped and I'll show it to you. We got the cat and lavender, independence. This is an extra card than any of the other groups got, but I'll leave it off to the side here because that goes right with what we were saying. Maintain your independence, your strength, keep being you. And yeah, maybe the special shoes connect somehow. Maybe you guys are going to buy some new shoes, or it connects to a hobby of yours. That's just confirmation. So now I'm going to get you guys an angel card here as some advice from Spirit. Every single group, the card came right out. So, all right, ready for the reveal? Here we go. Multifaceted. Cool. You guys got the titanium rainbow quartz, multifaceted. There are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person you're asking about. So maybe Spirit is saying maybe you help a lot of people and help people find answers to their questions, but you maybe need some help and advice yourself. You know, maybe just because you're a great teacher, a great communicator, a great curious listener, maybe like sometimes the therapist friend, etc. Like, it doesn't mean that you don't deserve that attention as well on yourself. I feel like we've got some entanglement here. So maybe there are some things in your life that you're ready to sort through, reevaluate, work out, and that's great. Spirit is saying seek out help for yourself, whether it be finding yourself a therapist, reaching out to a friend and asking to have a conversation that you need to have. You don't always need to be the person that is helping to relieve everybody else. Sometimes you need that attention put on you, and it should be about you. And also, Spirit is acknowledging you're a multifaceted person. You have a lot of layers to you, and Spirit is saying to appreciate this about yourself, accept this about yourself, and love yourself in all of your glory. On your best days, on your worst days, you are amazing as you are. And yeah, you're just very real. So yeah, keep being you, keep it real, and you deserve support and help on your questions and things that you're trying to work through in life as well. So keep that in mind. Okay, so group 3, that was your reading. I'm so happy you were here. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like the video if you feel called to. Leave me a comment to let me know how this connected to you and your situation. You have such a beautiful energy, group 3. I'm so happy that you were here in this reading today. Please feel free to subscribe if you feel called to. If you haven't done that yet, I would love to have you and your beautiful energy in my community. So yeah, that's what I have for you. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and we will see you guys again soon in another reading.